As someone who's been very vocal about being a Batman fan for pretty much your whole life, can you describe the feeling of putting on the bat suit for the first time? Was it empowering, or emotional, or anything?
Um, yeah, I mean, I had from getting cast to putting it on the first time, there was that's probably 10 months, and and so you've gone through the whole thing with like sort of fan reaction, and then your own reaction, and then the fan reaction, and then trying to prepare for it, and then reading the most untold number of graphic novels, and when you finally get to put on the suit, it just suddenly it kind of it makes it real, but you suddenly think you can do something totally different with the character because there's no. It's weird that you put it on the first time, and it's so well designed, it fits so perfectly, and you can move in it so well, and you just look in the mirror and you're like, oh shit. But yeah, it's incredibly powerful, and you can really feel, that there's so much history that's imbued into the suit and the kind of iconography of it, and you can really feel it when you put it on.
So wait, on screen, the role of Catwoman has been played by some legendary actresses over years, from Eartha Kitt to Michelle Pfeiffer. How does it feel to take on the mantle of such a powerful female character?
It's scary. It's scary and exciting, you know? I think, because she's so beloved by so many people and all of the different versions of her have been so wonderful. And I think for me, the key was really trying to trust that Matt, chose me for a reason and so I could really let go and be free and try and, make her my own, which is what we love so much about the other versions. Those women, they completely owned the character, and so that's what I tried to do.
This is a pretty dark, unique take on the character of the Riddler, showing a disturbing side of society and troubled individuals feel slighted by the status quo. How did you, as an actor, get into the headspace, and how do you then get out of it? Is it something that like stuck with you after filming?
Um, I think making the work as personal as possible, whether that means for me or just on the character's behalf, rather than about the bigger picture. It's actually about the two sides of trauma. Batman's born of trauma, and so in this film maybe is the Riddler, and that is kind of the seed from which everything else grew. It was not always easy to come down from work, but that's sometimes the accrual of energy when you're shooting an intense sequence is your friend, even though it doesn't always feel like it. And now I look back on this with really fond memories, but there was a couple tough days.
So this performance as the Penguin was truly something like spectacular, so nuanced, and it was just very interesting. And did you work out the characters, like mannerisms, accent with Matt and the crew, or like how did you bring the specific version of the Penguin to life?
I've worked with, thanks man, I've worked over the last 8 or 10 years with an extraordinary dialect coach named Jessica Drake. So I felt like by the time I saw the makeup, I had a foundation. But then when I saw Mike Marino's makeup, it just took the character and the possibility of the character to a whole nother level for me. And then the first time I got the makeup put on was just, I felt like I was off to the races, man. I felt like it was just so much fun to explore the mannerisms and the behaviors came more from seeing Mike Marino's work, because I could see from that visage there was a lot of violence, and it was painful, and it was also there was a kind of as violent as the face looked, there was a kind of a sense of sorrow there as well, a little bit, that made it interesting for me. So yeah, I had a lot of people that I leaned into for it.